And here we are, is a podcast for professionals, believers, and genuine people looking for genuine conversation. My name is Kia Harris Saklen, and I'm your host. I'll be sharing information about nonprofits, faith, business, entrepreneurship, life, and much more. I'm so excited for you to be joining me, and here we are.
So as I experience things, encounter things, as I navigate life, I like to have reflective moments. Often they are internal, and they can be external when I'm on a certain platform and sharing my process of reflecting on a certain thing that happened to me. So this session is designed to bring to the forefront your value and allow you to consider what is your true value despite the different activities and things that happen in our lives. Our value is based on our decision of what our value is. So we all have rejections. You apply for a job, you don't get the one you want, but you get another one that's much better. You are potentially dating someone and you get a rejection in that way. Or something as simple as you complimenting someone and they rejecting your statement because they're not ready for it. These rejections lead to a series of things that are happening in our lives that can mean that you can retain that rejection or you can allow that rejection to propel you. So being rejected by jobs or companies, if you're an entrepreneur, you'll find that these rejections are going to, or they can propel you if you allow it to. So let's say you go through a interview process and this company has 3 interviews until they make their final decision. And so you walk through the different interviews and you reach the final interview and then ghosts. You don't hear anything from anyone. You follow up with someone from the team, someone you've been interviewed by, and they don't respond. What are you going to do with that? So this actually happened to me, and actually happened to me a few times. And in the beginning, I started to question my value. I started to question if I was qualified. Am I really qualified for the position? Maybe it wasn't meant to be. Maybe I should have did this and that. But as it happened again and again, my value increased. And why do I say that? Because with the rejections that are not respectful of your time, not respectful of you, and not highlighting your value to the point where they believe, in this example, that they don't need to follow up with you, you have to decide, I am no longer going to tolerate this, and this is propelling me forward. Now my value has increased because I'm no longer tolerating the things that have been done to me. And in addition to that, I'm not going to be the person that does the same to someone else. And you realize now that that is a pivotal moment. You do not have to do the things that have been done to you. You simply compliment someone on social media. And you are truly, genuinely just wanting to highlight the success of this person. And they respond with a comment that is discouraging or basically diminishing what you just said. You don't have to respond in the same way. You keep on being the light despite what others are doing around you. People who have not gone through things and truly gone through it and healed from it tend to project onto others. So you may meet a stranger and you're walking in the store and you are right behind them and they don't open the door for you or keep it open. And your thought says, well, I know that they know I was here. They saw me. But you have to realize that people can project their issues and the things that they have not worked through and the things that they have not healed from onto you. And it can be that you have done it too. I've done it where I have projected, not realizing the impact on that person who had nothing to do with what I needed to heal with internally. Especially loved ones, friends, close friends that become family, spouses, mothers, siblings. We really have to decide on what our reaction is going to be when we receive the rejections, when we are treated in a way that's poorly. We have a decision to make. And I always talk about decisions because we have a series of choices that we make throughout our lives that lead to a divine destination designed by Yahweh or otherwise. So we have to make sure that we are not allowing us to get in a place of downturn with emotions that are not going to be beneficial for our future. So you get rejected from this company and you can say, well, I am offended and I'm going to go into defense mode and I'm going to send them an email. What would the purpose of that be? The person didn't open the door for you and you yell at them from the place of the door, having to have opened it yourself, and you're wanting to tell them off. What benefit comes from that? Except for now you have allowed yourself to get to a place and out of character. And now what the core is of you, you're a loving and kind person. Now that instant allowed you to go to that level, which is not you, which is not the leader that you want to be seen as. So even in the situations where you believe no one is watching you, integrity is important. Just because no one knows that you did that the other day doesn't mean that you don't know that you did that, because it may have been a backtrack from the level of growth that you were to step into. So as we learn to evolve and grow, when those rejections come, someone fails to open the door for you again, now it's okay. They probably didn't see me. That's fine. You open the door for yourself and that situation is completely dropped and you're not thinking about it minutes, even hours after. When you, or if you go on an interview and you go through all the levels and they fail to respond to you, you say, that wasn't meant for me, and that's fine. There's something else that's better that's coming. Something I observed, and of course, when I was going through it and when it was over, I couldn't reflect on it as much as I was able to reflect on it after. But since I've been able to reflect, now I realize that if a company decided that my time wasn't worthy enough for them to follow up with me, that says something about the leadership and the company. So in fact, I have stepped into a place of seeing my value even further, because I would not want to work for a company like that. I wouldn't want to work with a group like that that doesn't see my time as worthy. And so that's how your value increases, because of the experiences you go through and the decision that says, I am no longer going to tolerate this. But it's not that you feel that you need to retaliate or you need to put them in their place and whatever the unprofessional thing that your mind thinks about doing first. It is that you are now stepping into this place of growth and your value has elevated with this growth. But again, it's a decision to grow. Realizing the growth needs to happen and then accepting that the growth is something you want to do, because growing takes a process, and it's not that every single person is going to meet a level where they should stop growing. Even if you are 99 years old, there are still ways in which you can grow to be a better person, to be a better leader. So I hope that you will look at rejections in a new way, that you will stop allowing people to assume what your value is when your value is otherwise. If you value yourself, you will make decisions about what you tolerate and do not tolerate. You'll make a distinction of what you like and do not like. You will decide to pursue things based on your value. There are things I no longer pursue because my value has adjusted and my perception of my value has adjusted. So once I used to do in my business, I no longer do because things have shifted. And that is where we should all be heading towards, is shifting into this level of growth. So I believe that is all I wanted to share today. Realize that your value is not based on people's perception of you. And so we shouldn't be going around thinking that our value is going to be all about what others think, which means you have to build up your confidence, which means you have to be honest also about the areas that you can work on. Not every one of us is perfect, which means that we have to grow. But as you grow, you will continue to find your value. And it won't be that people allow you to get out of character so quickly. There's no benefit to getting to the level that that person is at. It only makes your day go in the opposite way. You're having an amazing day, but then that person didn't open the door for you. And now your mind is dwelling and playing it over and over again, that frustration, that anger towards a stranger. So you shouldn't allow the people in your life, especially the strangers, to shift you to a place that is not good for us. It should be that you have mental resilience to be able to knock off things when they come your way. Oh, they didn't open the door. Oh, that's okay. And you keep on having your great day, as you should. And so they didn't respond to my follow-up email about the job. Well, I'm going to find something better. This is what our attitude can be. It's all about if you want your attitude to be that way. So I trust this quick session has touched you in one way or the next, and that you've gathered your 1% or more, and you can choose to act on whatever that 1% is. And I will see you for another session.